is up, comic fans? Welcome to the How-To series.
Crypto Comics Nation! Coming to you live on Wednesday.
Wow, there's a lot of energy with that intro.
Cardell, it's your turn. Do something crazy.
Yeah, Cardell, you gotta do something bigger than Jared now.
I don't know. I can't do what Jared does.
Well, you could do what Cardell does.
He got the excitement in a bag.
Whatever. Well, all right, I do have it in a bag. Here we go.
Oh no, here comes the Rip Torn references. All right, so tonight we're going to be discussing how to price your comic book in order to successfully build a community. I know it's a little longer name than what you see in the video file.
That's a lot
thumbnail.
Longer. I don't know if it's a little longer.
Didn't fit in the little thing, so we're just going to run with it and have some fun here. We're going to have some fun with it.
Yeah, I am very, very interested to see what you have gone through, Cardell. So thank you so much for coming on How-To and helping us to understand how to actually, go through the process of coming up with a price point for your comic. I mean, this is a pretty intense part of the process, in my opinion. My understanding of the pricing is that, it kind of depends on where you're at. If you're trying to build a fan base, you want to price low so you can get as many copies out there. If you already have a name made for yourself, maybe you want to price a little bit higher so that you don't have to sell as many, and then you can actually add to the exclusive aspect, and that increases your price. So many different things to think about here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's quit talking about all the different details and start asking questions. Let's find out.
All right, Cardell. So please take us down into the rabbit hole.
As he walks away. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll turn on the light.
He gets up.
Forget these guys. Forget this show. Whatever.
I'm not sure where to start off at.
Well, start off at the beginning. So let me set the stage for you, Cardell. Let me set the stage for you. Okay, Cardell is the creator of Top 2, which is a fantastic comic. He already has 5 issues that he mainly gets supported for these issues on Patreon. And there's his issues right there. Fantastic. Thank you, Fry. These are fantastic comics. It's a really great story. If you like the Naruto big storyline, that's Top 2. Really, really, really fantastically put together with different clans and a lot of stuff going on. Now you're at volume 6, and you, from our conversations that we've had, it seems that you now are ready to kind of graduate into the idea that you've done a lot, you've given a lot, you've got the word out there. Now it's time for you to, create funds so that you can afford to do it for a living versus having to work 15 jobs to create great stories for us. So take us through, where you started from, kind of, and so we can come up to where we're at.
Okay, originally, I've always wanted to do my own comic book series, but I was always too scared to at first. I was in college when I started working on Top 2. I was still in school going for my degree in graphic design, my associate's degree. And with a little push from certain professors, and a little inspiration from certain professors. One was named Mr. White. One was named Mrs. Vicky Shepard. She was one of my favorites. She gave a lot of inspiration, but after a while, I decided to challenge myself. I drew. It was like a pretty much a small comic book. I was just going to do a small comic book of 2 people battling each other, and I started working on that. I saw how good I was at it. And from there, I just started to develop a story. Started to develop a huge story. And the story became so huge that I eventually got to the point where I was like, I'm going to make this a lifetime commitment. And that was back in 2016 when I first started it. So far, I've done a lot of work with it. I've
Yeah, let's
got
show off some of
my
that work, Fry.
I've got my website going. I've made a Patreon page. I got the intro bundle and the first 5 issues free to read on the top 2 website, so that I can bring people in, so that you could gain interest from that. Um, and I just recently completed issue number 6. This is going to be the first pay to read issue. Um, and at the beginning, my comic book was meant to primarily be digital. However, secondarily, I've decided to make it physical at the same time. But
Congratulations.
at first, the only way to get a physical copy was through Patreon. You had to be a $10 patron to get a special signed uh, patrons only edition. The patrons only edition has some extra material in it that the regular don't have. It has a special cover on it and everything. And but I've just recently decided to start printing out special new release prints. Now, the way that will work is starting with issue number 6, every time I come out with a new issue, I'll print like at least probably 100 to 200 copies. And I will give people the opportunity, the people who want printed copies, I'll give them the opportunity to jump on those printed copies and try to order them. I'll have because I want everybody to have a fair chance to get these copies, because I'm only doing new release prints once. It's not gonna be a continuous thing. So it's pretty much an exclusive type of thing. So I want to give as many people as possible a chance to get these printed copies if they want them. And so therefore, it'll be like only 2 issues per person. Like you can't order more than 2 issues. That gives everybody a fair chance to get an issue and possibly get another issue as a gift to somebody else,
That's fair.
So in order to do that, Cardell, are you setting up your print process a little bit differently than normal? I mean, I know a lot of creators use print on demand. Are you looking at doing a set cap overall, and that's why you're limiting to the 2 books?
I'm actually printing them myself. I'm having them printed. Like I just ordered the new release prints for issue number 6. Like I just ordered them. It's going to take at least 2 to 3 weeks for me to get them. I'm hoping 2 weeks, but first they have to send me the email draft, and then I have to approve the email draft. And once I approve that email draft, then they'll start printing them and getting them ready to ship out to me.
So your proof is actually sent to you via email rather than a print proof?
Yes. Oh, I can get a print proof, but it'll cost $10 more than the original price.
Okay.
So I could choose between getting a print proof or getting a digital proof. So that's what I've done with all of my patrons only editions too. So the comic book company, the comic book printing company that I go through, they do high quality work, and I'm very satisfied with their work because I've printed from them before. So
are those is that the copies that we got?
Yes.
Those were really good.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
Yep. All of the prints I've done thus far was done by them. And so that's why I keep going back
the ones you let us stand out for you at FanX were awesome. We're fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So that was good quality.
Let me check in with chat here real quick, guys, before we get too far ahead of ourselves. We got Andrew Dodge on Twitch saying, yo, hope you're having a great Wednesday.
What's up, Crutchy?
What's going on, man? Nobody's Illusion comes to say hello. What's up, Illusion?
Hello.
We've got a question from Facebook on Minpock here.
Oh, I would like to ask this if you don't mind, Fry. So Cardell, this is a great question from Minpock, and it's, how did you find the line between the value, your personal time, and cost per issue? So I would like you to take that and really take it from your perspective. How did you find the line between the value of your personal time and the cost per issue?
Man, that is a tough one to answer.
Even give perspective on what you mean by that's a tough one to answer, because that's an interesting answer to that question.
Well,
because it seems like it would be very tough.
I could say that my time is very valuable. And everybody's time is very valuable. We only got so much on this world. So, but when you spending that time doing what you love doing, that's what really makes it all worth it, I guess you could say. So it's like with me doing my comic book series, of course I want to get my fair share for my work. I do want to profit from what I do. But at the same time, I'm more like, even if I wasn't to profit a lot, like let's say, for example, Top 2 didn't become as big as I wanted it to become. Well, this is something I love doing, so I'm going to do it anyways. So it's like at the end of the day, it allows me to like really sit back and really think about how much my time would be worth, and it makes it easier to not get so caught up on coming up with an exorbitant price for my comic books, to keep it more to a fair price for my comic books. Because at the end of the day, it took me a lot of time to determine how much my comic book should cost. I did research, and I've seen like what the average cost of a comic book is, but at the same time, as independent comic book creators, we're not Marvel, we're not DC. We don't have all the resources they have to be able to put comic books at more of a lower end price. We it's a lot of work for us that goes into it, especially when you're one who does everything for your comic book. So of course we want our fair price for that time that we put in. And after doing a lot of looking into myself, looking at my work, considering the time I put in, I think I've come up with a pretty good algorithm for my asking price for my comic books.
Excellent.
Can you walk us through that algorithm? I'm pretty interested to find out how, because you mentioned before that you did review, current pricing and things like that.
Yeah.
How do you compare that to your audience, and how do you find out what your audience is willing to pay based on your experience personally?
There was some research that was told to me, and I'm going to bring it up by Matt. It was on one of the questions that he and I know I'm jumping the gun here because it's a question that's supposed to be on here.
No problem.
But it says something about a lot of people at Comic-Con. They say they have no problem paying for a comic book based off of like a price range of 10 cents per page. And so
hold on. They're saying that 10 cents per page, as in that's the value set of a page produced, or the cost that should go into a page produced?
The price that they're willing to pay for a comic book is like 10 cents per page.
Per page. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
$2.70 at a 27 page comic.
Yeah, like something like that. And so me, based off of not just based off of that, I had already come up with my own worth for my comic books, before that.
What were you at per page?
Like 11 cents per page.
Really?
That's where I'm at now.
Wow.
So it's like for the work that I put in, I put my labor at $3. So for like a 28-page issue, my asking price for my labor is $3. And that's where I start off at. And so, because it's like when you consider the fact that the quality of the work, the quality of the story, the quality of the materials that go into like delivering this comic book to the public, if it's printed, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And when you consider the heart that goes into it and all of that, especially when the person really loves doing what they're doing, it's like it's pretty. I feel like that's a pretty fair number, and so that's where I've come to for the pricing of my labor costs.
That's really interesting. So
and then go ahead, Fry. Sorry.
If you were to work with other creators on, say, a spin-off book or a new series, we'll say, and at that point, we'll say you hire on a separate artist to do the cover. You know what I mean? Or maybe 3 or 4 and work in variants. Maybe another artist to do the interiors, someone else to do the flats, someone else to do the colors. Perhaps you write it, but you want to have somebody else edit it, and you need to pay them as well. Would you, at that point, with your experience, it sounds to me like maybe at that point what you would do is you would add on those additional expenses, use those to break down over, say you produce 1,000 copies and you'd break down the price based on that spread around that 1,000 copies? Or is this something that you would approach up front? And the reason I ask this is because you are a little bit of an individualist type facet inside of our industry where you did do everything. So how much longer it takes to write compared to do the flats, for example. So you have an internal perspective as to, okay, I can do the flats for this price. So it's worth it to me to hire someone to take that on, or it's not. I mean, and I'm not asking you to say pricing or anything like that specifically for how much you would pay if, someone to do flats or something like that inside of your book. But at the same time, is that something that you would take into account on another book where you had to deal with those things? Do you look at your own payment of the $3 as something that would be split in the future between multiple people working on the book, or do you see that as $3 for me? Somebody else did the cover, let's hook him up a little bit. Somebody else did the colors, let's hook her up a little bit, and go down the line that way.
Considering the fact that right now I'm doing it solo, that is a pretty interesting question. And I think I would probably do it the second way that you just explained it. I would try to come up with a certain price for each individual. But that would be something to really think about, because then I would have to come up with a new algorithm then based off of the quality and experience of each one of the persons as well as myself.
Now, and with that being asked, a lot of people watching this show might not realize this, but another real large reason that you get someone who's perhaps like really well known in the industry to do a variant cover or to do, your lettering, things like that, is primarily because on top of what they bring to your book specifically, they also bring their community and their audience. So it helps with your marketing. It helps with all those type of campaigns. It helps have somebody else, it's another creator, helping shoot out your book out there into the masses of the interwebs. And not only that, now that we're into digital publishing, it also helps offset a lot of those things because it gives you the ability to not have to look at 1,000 copies as your limitation. You can make future sales off that. Plus things like Patreon, which you've got going. So now when it comes to something like that, is that something that you would also take into account? I mean, right now you've got your Patreon. You've got, your social media presence, stuff like that. And you've done a lot of your books where they're free to read. You want to get them out there so that, your community can start building up. Is this approach on how you're pricing your comic? Would you recommend that for someone that's new, or would you recommend that they take a step back on the pricing of their upfront comic, maybe look at the Patreon type of atmosphere, maybe look at crowdfunding? I mean,
I would suggest that they take it slow. Like, you don't want to, like, especially if no one knows you, you don't want to go like just jumping the gun straight off the rip saying, I want this amount and that's it. You want to be like, okay, I want to get myself out there. Let's figure out a strategy on how we can give them a taste, give them something to pull them in, to make them interested. And then when they get that taste, then we can start adding prices to it. Now I'm becoming well known. They see the quality of my work. Now they're willing to pay more. They wasn't willing to pay that much when I first started off because they couldn't see my work because I was asking them to pay. And they were like, why should I pay? And I don't even know what your work looks like. I don't even know you. And so that's why I remember one of my patrons, he's a good friend of mine. He became a patron from the very beginning. And I went to him and I asked him, I was like, what do you think about the idea of me offering my first 5 issues free to read on the Top 2 website? And he was like, actually, that would be a very good idea. He's like, it'd be a good way to, give them a little taste of the series, or give them a huge taste of the series. And that's definitely enough to make them decide if they want to be a fan or not. And I'm like, well, I love doing this anyways. Why not? So
that's what makes you so cool.
So
just so you know,
I knocked out. Thank you. I knocked out those first 5 issues, and with those, if I've also made the option clear that if you would like to own a copy of these issues, they're free to read on the Top 2 website, and on Crypto Comics they can be bought for $1. If you would like to own a digital copy of them, and then I also have
he's already
patrons.
working on his pitch, Fry. So look at that.
Yeah,
we're still in beta, everybody. Don't get excited. That wasn't the announcement. Don't worry.
And so, sometimes, it's difficult to start any business, to be honest. They say that you won't see any profit until years later, and so sometimes you have to give the people a taste to bring them in. So
well, we do have your little commercial from Patreon kind of queued up here and ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this little commercial, and that will give everybody kind of a little better idea as far as what Cardell is doing on Patreon. While he's talking about supporting creators, we might as well plug it so that he can get a little bit of support if any of you guys are interested. And then right when we come,
this starts, everyone like, share, subscribe, click the little bell, all that good stuff. Help us get this message out for Cardell Cole. This is really his passion, which is something that is awesome. And Top 2 is a great comic, man. It's really fun to read. So check it out at his website or ours, because it is a freaking awesome comic. So please like and share. Let's beat the algorithms and get this out for this indie creator who gives all of his heart for us to enjoy a really great story with great art. I think you do a fantastic job, Cardell.
And then right after this commercial, we'll come back on and we'll go back through chat. I know we're behind just a little bit, guys. So let's show it.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Cardell Cole, and I'm here to introduce to you my Patreon page. Now, I'm pretty sure many of you are asking, what exactly is Patreon? Well, allow me to explain. Patreon is a membership web page that freelance artists use to make a living by receiving pledges from you, the patron, in a subscription content service. It allows us to provide exclusive experiences to you. Of course, the benefit isn't just one-sided. In exchange for your pledges, artists will normally offer some kind of reward. For example, in exchange for a $2 monthly pledge, I'll add your name to a special thank you page at the beginning of my comic book. Not only that, but but you'll also have access to all of my preliminary work, including special access to character design outfit pictures. Of course, I'll have more rewards available, but I'll leave that to you to explore. So, how about I give you a little information about myself? Once again, my name's Cardell, and I've been an illustrator for just about my whole life. In my less experienced days, I would often dream of one day creating my very own comic book series. Of course, like any other practitioner, it took me years to hone my skills to develop and master my own style. I received my associates in graphic design at Henry Ford College in Dearborn, Michigan, and started working on my comic book series Top 2 shortly after. I see improvement the more I work on my project, and I'm seriously enjoying the ride. By taking what I've learned in college as well as in life, I've managed to conjure up a pretty entertaining storyline. Now, here's the exciting part. I get to talk a little bit about my story. Top 2 takes place in the country where the military authority is subject to a ranking system consisting of 20 guardian branches. The protagonists are the leaders of the top 2 ranking branches, Michael Orion of Dragon Branch and Cole Stone of Orthros Branch. Their rivalry and close friendship puts them at odds with the government they serve when Cole receives information on a deep and very substantial corruption within the governing structure. The choices they make will lead to a multitude of unintended consequences, which all turns their world upside down. And that's about it for now. At this point, it's still in the developing stage, where I design characters and the world around them, but it's still all coming together. And I would love to have you along for the ride. Parts 1 and 2 of the intro are now available and I can only hope you all enjoy reading it as much as I enjoy writing it and drawing it. All right, see you guys.
Nice.
That was awesome, Cardell.
You want me to switch cameras here for you, Cardell? Is that what you're looking at doing?
Oh, no. I was, got it.
Oh, no, wait. Let's get this crazy. We want two Cardells here.
See?
We got What's up, Cardell? How you doing, boss?
The reason why I did that is because on my phone, it froze.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't.
I like how you had it set up, man. I mean, because we could be going like this. Check this out. We can be going like boom, boom, and then you can switch. Wait, you got to turn around. You got to turn around to the right camera. Hey, Cardell, blah blah blah, and then go to the other one real fast. Boom, boom, boom.
Camera 1, camera 2.
Camera 1, camera 2. Oh, nice.
Camera 1 and camera 2.
All right, let me jump back into chat here, guys, before we get too carried away. So JD Smith, DigiArtist, comes in on Twitch saying, assuming you're not needing the proof if it's digital, but Cardell doesn't do one for printed copies. Risky. That is kind of a risky idea. Do you have a
Okay, so can you guys explain what's going on here? So not needing a proof if it's digital, but Cardell doesn't need one for printed copies. So what's risky?
Let me do a quick summary. What a proof is a print company will actually send you a proof copy of the book. This is a printed version so that you can have it in your hands and see how the book
when I do my logoing
feel.
for Fry Right, I know what you're talking about.
They're gonna have, these are the materials that we're gonna use to print the book on. This is how it's gonna smell. This is how the pages will crease. This is the quality of the staples, the quality of the binding. Yeah, you can tell a lot off of it.
Wow. Okay.
So, Cardell, do you have a reason for bypassing that?
Of the very first time. Let me take this off because this.
Clicky.
I hear that clicky.
All right.
Camera 2, camera 3, camera 7.
All right.
I'm about to put him on camera 1. Dude, I don't know if I like hearing myself.
Sing, and you'll really.
La. No, wait. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
For everybody that's watching while we're waiting to fix the mic here, please share out, subscribe, hit the little notification bell to know when we go live, and make sure you summarize your share with how you feel about Jared singing.
Don't. Hey, I like to sing. I don't want to know how bad I suck. So thank you for your opinions. Everybody's got one. Like other things we know about.
Copies of Cardell's book.
What?
Okay, so what was
If you don't have it, you better.
This out. Boom. Oh no, it didn't.
Oh,
show
Jared,
me.
quit. Stop
Oh,
it.
sorry.
Jared.
All right. I'll stop.
Okay.
Promise.
Jared,
What?
leave the
Didn't
cameras
do
alone.
anything.
Leave them alone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Cardell.
So what was the question?
The question is essentially, why did you choose to go against having a proof copy for your print?
A physical proof copy versus the digital that you opted in for.
When I used to get the proof when I first started with this company. The very first time I started printing from them, I got physical proofs.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to bypass the extra $10 charge. But based off of those first prints that I got from them, I was very impressed with the first prints that I got from them. So then after that, I started asking for digital prints instead, because digital prints are free and they send them to you via email. And then you can go through it and it shows you exactly how it's all going to be formatted and how it's going to be fitted and everything. And then you just make the decision to print from there.
So basically you made that decision based on your history and experience with this print house. That's excellent. That's fantastic. So it's not risky, technically speaking.
It could be. You never know. Jason on Facebook. Oh, so go ahead, Cardell.
Don't worry, Cardell. I can do this if he talks over you. Go ahead, Cardell. Say hi to Jason.
I'm here because you can't do this by yourself, Jared.
Remember, I was telling you, Cardell, like, this is why I get in trouble. Dude, there's so many cool buttons.
He's got to quit screwing around. Jason comes in on Facebook saying, "What's up, Cardell?" We got Tom Rapka on Facebook saying, "Nice. Hello,
What's up,
boys? What's up, Tom?" Jason saying, "Hey, Tom." Now, Tom says 10 cents per page seems more like Marvel and DC because they can print way cheaper. With printing places having a 30-plus page book costing $3 to $4 to print alone per book, and that's not including shipping.
Oh no, I'm not talking about prints. We haven't gotten to prints yet. What I was talking about.
This is a digital copy.
What I was talking about was my price, my labor costs.
Your overhead.
But with digital prints, I'm willing to take off 50 cents because my digital prints are going to be anywhere from $2.50 to $3. So
excellent. Because of the lower production costs.
Yes. But
and distribution.
Yep. And with printed, that's different. And I was going to get into
all right. So he's throwing us some curveballs, everybody.
So Minplock on Facebook says, "Do some indie creators pay by the number of issues sold, or by issue?" I'm assuming she means like when you pay out separate creators that may work on a book with you.
Yeah, you give them a percentage of the sales or something like that.
Okay.
Sometimes that does happen. It's less frequent. Normally, the only times you see that happen is if it's somebody that's got a really, really big name and you feel that, kind of incentivizing their interaction with the community and them, pushing that book out is going to dramatically increase your sales. Then that might happen. It's kind of frowned upon, though, in the industry, to be honest with you, just because there's so many things that can go into the failure of a comic book when it comes to the sales. The sales process in itself is almost like a restarting of all the work you've already done. Making the comic is actually the easy part. So
they say. I don't agree. I'll sell it all day. You guys can go ahead and make it because I ain't making it.
Making a comic book is difficult. Don't get me wrong, but finding a community, finding people that are interested in it, and the exchange of the cash that they've earned for the comic book that you have created is a very difficult process. Even more so now with conventions aren't there for us to kind of rely on. Yep. Diamond's got a lot of limitations. So, a lot of things like Patreon and stuff are covering those bases. However, a lot of times if somebody is, for example, running lettering on a book, more frequently than not, they are going to be expected to, or they're going to expect to be paid up front or upon delivery of what they put into the book, simply because the comic book will not come back through, and their payment will not come back through if it's based off of sales.
And see, this is why top 2 is like, that's why at the beginning it was primarily a digital comic book, because of how quickly the price can go up when you deal with prints.
Oh,
yeah, it's not.
So in right, well, right. So in your research, basically, you studied both facets. You studied physical and digital. You were able to dissect the cost, labor associated to the distribution and the production and the distribution of that comic, and you were able to figure out a fair way to charge for digital and a fair way to charge for physical.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Wow, that is fantastic. So far, just to keep everybody up to date for those who are just joining, if you are to do a digital comic, currently we are at the value of 11 cents per page. I'm on target there. Okay, and that's for a digital comic. So if he's distributing a digital comic to you, if that's what he has sold to you, then the price of that comic would be about 11 cents per page. Your comic books average about 30 pages, right?
Mine's average 28.
28. Okay. So you're right around, what is that, $290? About $293, right in that area for a digital copy.
I base this like off the quality of my work, off of the quality of my story, the work that I put into it. That's what I base.
So did you clock your hours then? Like, did you look how long it took you to make a page or a panel and like really like break it down that far? Or
I could tell you how long. I would say that depending on how much I have to draw within a page could take 10 plus hours, depending on how much I have to draw. So
now, is that just black and whites, or are you talking about colors, flats, everything?
Black and white. Yeah, that's black and whites. Once I started to get into color, then it's like, that's the primary reason why I've gotten to the point where, because that was another piece of advice that I asked my patrons. I say, what do you think about me doing it in black and white for right now? Because if I do it in black and white, I can release issues faster. And he was like, that's a good idea. And I was like, there you go. And so that's why the first 2 copies are in color. And then after that, they go to black and white.
I like that transition, though. I mean, I think it works really well with your stories.
Now, I was noticing in your commercial, some of the pages were black and white, but they had highlighted of like small amounts of color. Is that new?
That was the intro bundle. That was when I first started it.
I really liked that. I thought it was a really cool technique.
That was when I first started it. And
that's awesome.
The only reason I stopped doing that was because, like, when I do decide to do prints, if you're going to have color in it, then you have to print the whole thing in color. Like there's no separate pay for like black and white with a little bit of color. No, it's like they'll charge you for all colors. So it's like, dang.
Oh, okay. You might as well just do it all color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just a heads up. At Crypto Comics Marketplace, I hear that you could make a black and white version, a version that's black and white with a little bit of color, and then a full color version. And the production side ain't gonna cost you that much. I hear that, but
you can make a version with Jared's face on the cover. You might not get a lot of sales,
but that's the thing. I eventually want to get to the point where I can go back and color these issues and give like a special color edition of each issue.
That would be awesome.
Man, that's
Yeah, dude, that's
That
a
would be
good
cool.
idea. That's what you should do for your.
Okay, we're
for your-
fangirling a little bit. We got to
Sorry,
stick.
I was just. Oh, dude, that would be. Oh, that. Yeah, the
Nobody's losing
omnibus
on Twitch.
full color.
Comes in to say, makes total sense. Amazon tends to do this with a lot of series. The first issues or two are free, and then if you like it, you continue to buy it.
Yep.
Oh, very cool. So this is a well-known strategy. Fantastic, Cardell. You sly, you. Oh, you know what's up.
Cardell's doing market research. Watch out.
Cardell's doing R&D. He's like, these guys making me do R&D. I swear, if I catch him.
So this one is a follow-up question from Min on Facebook. Do indie creators pay artists by the number of issues sold? Some can, and some also use this as a bonus in contract, where they will say, if we do sell 1,000 issues, you'll get an additional payment of X amount of dollars.
So, but like here's
very
we're paying you for your work. If you help promote and we reach this number, then you'll get a bonus.
That is
Okay.
more frequent with variant cover artists, just because cover is something that, as Cardell was saying, a page can take 10 hours to do black and white, but Cardell will probably put 30 to 40 hours into the cover. So the amount of time that's spent on the cover, is normally between 3 to 4 times as much time.
Dude, pull up some of his covers if you don't mind, Fry, because I was just thinking about it, and that makes a lot of sense because his covers are really, really cool. He does like a yin and yang thing with his covers. It's just freaking awesome. He'll use two characters, kind of opposite. Yeah, say. But with his covers, he does that with almost every cover except I think the first one.
Yep.
That looks so awesome.
Yeah, from now on, every cover will be that way.
Oh, right on, dude.
Yep.
I like it. I really like it. I really like it. I think it really draws in the immensity of the character base, the rich character base that you have in this novel of a story. It's really fantastic. Yeah. So I really enjoyed your covers. It always threw me off, though, of course, because I would look at the covers, I'd see the color, I'd go into it black and white, and I'd be like, oh, wait. Oh, okay, never mind. And then I just get all into it.
Yeah.
When we go into here, a Facebook user says, top 2 is one of my favorite indies. Love it. Just to let you know, if you do show up in chat with missing an image and a name, it's because you've yet to give StreamYard's approval for us to use your image and name. So if we do put you up in chat and it just says Facebook user and you want us to be able to call you out by name, that is the reason why we try to respect your privacy.
For now, we're just going to say, hey, Cardell, you got a Facebook user that loves you.
Nice.
All right. Let's see. We got Beach Hunter saying, make a music video with the switch around. Proofs are usually watermarked too. One thing I can say, the reason that proofs are normally watermarked is proofs are not intended for resale. However, I will point one thing out, and this is as a collector, not as an artist. As a collector, if I have an opportunity to buy a proof, I jump at it every single time. And there are a lot.
Oh, yeah, it's a collector's item. There's limited number. Like, there's probably only one, maybe. Right? I mean, how many proofs would they send you?
5, usually. I mean, a lot of times.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times, a proof is like in Cardell's situation. It's pretty simple for him to just do one because, I mean, who else is he going to send that book to? He's the guy that made everything. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got so like if you were a group. Yeah. If you were a group, like you want to have one to send to your writer, you want to have one to send to your artist, you want to have one to send to your inker, you want to have one to send to your colorist, you want to have one to send to your letterer, and that way they can all come together and say, "Oh, this book looks great." But then your
artist might come back and say, "Hey, this page is off a little bit. The panels just aren't transitioning the right way in print." Or you might have a letterer come in and say, the letters just aren't showing up dark enough, or they're coming in the wrong font, things like that. And that can happen. It is a little more difficult that way, I know, in a publishing format, just because as a publisher, your publisher will say, like someone like Darren Davis, for example, you know what I mean? They might not know the inconsistencies when they see them because they didn't make them firsthand. Whereas Cardell has the benefit, he made everything from front to back. So it's going to jump out at him. You know what I mean? And that probably another reason, going back in chat here, how it was said, oh, that's risky to not have the print version of the proof. That probably goes a lot into it, is that Cardell can look at a PDF, I'm assuming, right, Cardell?
Yeah.
And kind of just spot out any inconsistencies that he sees very, very quickly from any of the aspects of the book.
So Cardell, can you request the number of proofs then? Like, could you say, I want 10? Like, you could get as many number of proofs as you want?
I haven't seen that option. I've seen I've seen the opportunity to get one proof. And that's it.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm going to skip forward in chat just a little bit here, guys. We're about 15 minutes behind. I want to make sure that we're getting caught up. It says Jared's having way too much fun. He's never having too much fun. Somebody told him once that he had too much fun on these shows.
Jared's always having fun.
Yeah. He does not have too much fun on these shows. I stand by my homie here. I want him to have fun.
Whatever.
Everybody. Until he starts singing.
Dude, I have a good voice sometimes.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Especially at church. I just mix with the choir.
From YouTube saying, don't go with Barnes & Noble, dude. Just a heads up. I've actually heard some things. Cardell, can we ask who do you prefer to go with?
As far as
your print orders for your books?
It's called the company that I print from is it's called Comics Wellspring.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're actually in Detroit. They're in Plymouth, Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm from Michigan.
There you go. That's a win-win.
To support my Michigan people.
Hey, right on. Support local. We're with you.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Tom comes to say, "Oh, my bad." It is your bad, Tom. Come on, man. No.
Why is it your bad? Who's bad? Am I bad? I know I'm bad.
Oh, hey. Jason says, "This is great and very interesting." Thank you, Jason. We're trying to make sure that
thank you.
It's fun. Leslie comes on Facebook. Hello, guys. Sorry I'm late. Got sidetracked with critters. That will happen.
Cool critters.
Comment coming in from YouTube saying, "Dude, finding community is the hardest. It's like finding water in a desert sometimes."
Ooh, wow.
And I love that comment because
I'll tell you why. I know why. Have you ever heard of a mirage? You think you got it, you don't.
That's actually pretty accurate in this industry, for real. I mean, So Cardell, how have you seen, as far as like Patreon goes and stuff like that? Have you seen that as a successful tool to lead sales to either your digital or your physical comics so far? I mean, is that?
Yeah, so far. But I would say that I've been wanting to go to Comic Cons like crazy, and the main reason why is because most of the attention that I'm able to really get comes from word of mouth. When you meet people, there's just something totally different about meeting people and actually getting to talk to them about it, because then they get to see who you are, they get to see what you're about, and they're like, "Oh, this guy is awesome. His comic book must be awesome." Boom, there you go. And it's like, it's been a number of times that's happened. Every time I talk to someone, they come back like, "Oh my God, this is so awesome. Like, how do I become a patron?"
I mean, but you're pretty awesome, Cardell. What about someone like me that isn't quite so handsome?
Yeah, great.
You know what I mean?
Great question. Inquiring minds want to know how we deal with that. Seriously.
I'm just saying. Not all of us
we're not all Cardell Cole. You know what I'm saying?
We've had Cardell's mom on stream before, and if we have to, we'll do another thank you to Cardell's mom on stream.
She's awesome.
I would say the job probably better than me at it.
You're too kind, Cardell. Listen to him. He's all being modest.
Never become a car salesman.
You're right. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Jason on Facebook says, "Jared, great shirt." Repping TCP.
Thank you. Thank you.
Then we got Crypto Comics and Scott Russell, who wasn't able to be on stream, but can somehow watch it.
I think it's comicswellspring.com, I think.
This is kind of like
say that again.
To work.
Comicswellspring.com. COMIX, then wellspring.com.
What I was going to say, Cardell, is we're actually not going to put a link for that directly onto here. Reason being is we don't want to be taken as though we are advertising for another company. So
just say it one more time for me, so I just can hear it in my good ear.
You wait. You just said that you don't want to seem like you're advertising. You want
right, but I have a bad ear.
He's got a hearing issue.
I just need to hear it in my good ear because my bad ear didn't hear what it was. Who is it now? What was that URL named company?
Comics Wellspring.
There we go.
Comics Wellspring.
IX and then Wellspring.
Oh,
now,
fantastic.
To clarify, the reason I say that is because we think it's very, very important for creators to do a broad spectrum of research when it comes to every facet of launching their book.
Darn right. Darn right.
Really well for Cardell. It may not work for the next creator in line. And it's very important, especially in the print process. Any of the crowdfunding, processes, Patreon especially, elements like Discord, even just managing your community on social media. It's very important that as a creator, you find what works for you and you work forward with that. Because keep in mind, man, there are a lot of, even we're going to say shipping handlers that we know of that you would never expect handle shipping of books. But you're going to find that out as you go through the industry and as you talk to other people. I mean, we found out that, some places that you may previously as a collector or as a fan have kind of made a mental block as far as, this is what this company does. A lot of times, especially when it comes to publishers, they do a lot more than you would expect. For example, Cardell is the artist, the flatter, the colorer, the letterer, the cover page designer, the layout designer, marketing president.
He does the pitch. So this is how Cardell's pitch goes. Hey, Cardell. Yo, I got a story. Let me see it. Okay, just 1 second. That's how it goes.
Please, Cardell, tell me it's way cooler than that. Dude, I'm imagining.
Yeah. Show us how it would really go, Cardell. Show us how it would really go.
Well, the funny thing is, I actually do say "yo" a lot, so you got that
right. And
I've
what I'm
talked
getting
to you 3 times.
Yeah, some of you guys are in chat right now, and you guys are watching this live. But somebody might pick this video up about a year from now. And so the most important thing is that a lot of the facets of the comic industry are consistently morphing and moving. For example, a year from now, Cardell could be printing his own books, and he could be offering that as a service to other creators. You know what I mean?
Be like water.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. So make sure you
flexible.
You adequate research at the time that you guys are making.
When you get to the barrier, flow around it. Don't let it obstruct your flow.
I'm gonna flow right the hell on from that.
Actually, whatever, man. That was bad. I was zenning it. Right, Cardell? You were like ready to jump in. You were like, yeah, dude, flow.
Okay, so we were talking about the $3 and what you're making off of these things. And you did talk about how you print in advance. Another thing that we've already talked about is how conventions have kind of disappeared on us. How would you normally handle a print order in order to get ready for convention season? And how has that changed with, the entire COVID situation kind of shutting us down so that we can't party in Vegas at Amazing Comic-Con? I'm telling you right now, y'all.
Oh my
gosh,
that
is the one convention I am most upset about missing this year.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Me too.
We were gonna have.
I'm sorry. Me too.
I have a table at Amazing.
Yeah.
Fry's really pissed.
We were gonna get party.
We had a house party that we were gonna
be there too.
You were gonna be there. It was gonna be amazing, kind of like Amazing Con. It was gonna be amazing.
COVID took a lot of things from us this year, guys. But the Crypto Comics after party at Amazing Con, to me,
was one big thing.
It hurt.
It hurt. I'm sorry, Fry. I'm sorry, Fry.
It hurt.
Look on the bright side.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh no, it's okay, buddy. Quick, hurry, Cardell. Give him some like support or something, man. He might start crying.
It's
On
happening.
your stream, dude.
Okay, Fry. It's okay.
Thank you, Cardell.
Just brush it off. You'll get it this year, hopefully.
Hopefully. That's not very reassuring.
I know we need it.
I'm hoping the same thing. I really want to go to a comic convention, but
It's gonna happen this year. It's gonna happen this year. I'm telling you guys. You guys need to relax. You know why? I've got this thing. It's called ESP or telekinesis or telegram or something like that. And anyways, I can actually like think I can see into the future almost like it happens. And so I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Don't worry about it.
Is that enough for you, Fry?
I don't even know where the hell he's going, Cardell. I have no idea. So let's get back to the question. So
That was my smolder, guys.
How many? It was beautiful. It was beautiful. How many extra copies would you normally plan on ordering to be prepared for an event like a convention?
All right. Well,
Well, we found our thumbnail.
That's something to think about, actually, because I mean, as of right now, because I haven't had the chance to actually explore this stuff, because there's no Comic-Con. But
right.
The original plan for the new release prints is to just print 100. The reason why I chose 100 is because I'm still working on building my fan base. I do have fans. I do have people who are reading it. I have patrons who are really enjoying the series. They've been with me for a while, so they're really enjoying it. But I'm still trying to build a bigger fan base because I want to eventually, I want them to sell at least. I want these 100 copies to sell. And depending on how well those 100 copies do, then I'll probably print 200 copies for every issue. Of course, there will have to be a cap because I don't really have the money to print a whole bunch of them. But as far as Comic-Con goes, I could actually see myself printing a little extra when a comic convention comes around. Because I know that's pretty much the time when a lot of people will want to buy. Another because I don't know if I've ever announced this yet. But
wait
a minute. Everybody,
okay,
hold on. Go. Nice job. Nice job, Fry.
We're ready
Nicely
for the announcement.
Done. Okay, go, Cardell.
But one thing I wanted to announce was that Volume 1 is already done. Like Volume 1, it includes the first 5 issues. It's ready to print and everything.
As a volume or independently? As a volume is one solid book of volume 1 through issue 1 through 5.
One solid book of the first 5 issues.
Continue on. My wallet is ready.
But I don't want to release it until I go to that first Comic-Con.
Damn you, COVID.
I was going to release it at Amazing last year, but we got pushed back because that's a major thing. I want to, have it.
I just got done saying that COVID hurt my feelings already, Cardell, and you're adding it in with the insult to injury of that. I could have
the bright side is that it's coming. You know you're gonna be able to get it. So
yeah, dude. Don't worry, man. We will, dude. So Cardell, you're basically gonna have a book 1 to 5 that you're gonna come out with, a printed book that you're gonna sell. Am I understanding this correctly?
Yes, it's gonna be a printed book that includes the first 5 issues. All 5.
Wow.
All of the first 5 issues.
Will this be color? Is this where you're gonna color them all, or is this gonna be black and white, or as is?
It won't be certain pages will be colored inside.
Like the first 2 books.
The first 2 books will be colored, and certain other pages will be colored.
Okay.
There's extra material in the volume.
I smell variant, y'all.
But what was I about to say? And there's a very specific reason why I want to wait until I go to my first physical Comic-Con, because that'll be like the perfect opportunity to really build my fan base other than social media ads and stuff like that. That'll be that time when I'll have the face-to-face with people and really be able to build the fan base to where I could eventually work up, because I would like to do a Kickstarter on the first volume so I could get a lot more prints printed out. And that's one of the major reasons why I'm waiting until the first real Comic-Con to, print it and bring it out there.
That's gonna be awesome.
Well, I've got a really, I think, important question for you on that aspect. Then, are you going to let me know which convention this is going to be so that I can make sure that I'm first person in line?
Oh yeah, it'll mostly. If I tell you what, if they have the Amazing this year, that's where it'll be.
Oh gosh, I hope they have Amazing this year. I'm serious, man.
Because they already have my table.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Really?
Yeah. Because
rolled over from 2019.
So yeah.
Cool. Wait. Wow, they've been holding that a long time.
2020, Jared. From 2020.
Oh, was I thought they started, no? Oh, that's right. They still had them in 2019. Never mind. Oh man, I can't remember when it was normal in this world anymore.
All right, Nobody's Illusion comes in on Twitch saying, well, silver lining, if things were normal per se, I wouldn't have found y'all. So that's probably literally the only good thing to come out of the situation. That's like one of the
hey, there you go. So I guess there are bright sides all over the place. So
darn Skippy.
At the end of the day, it's still going to come. So that's always the biggest bright sign, is that it's not like that volume was just totally abolished and it's not coming out now. It's definitely going to come. It's just,
even if I got to go in a damn hazmat suit, we're having conventions. I mean,
well, and the thing is there is starting to be options for you, with the new like ability for artists and creators to actually like do live streams while they're drawing and working on their books and really.
Told me about that. And see,
yeah.
I guess for me, it's more of I need to get over that fear hump, because like in my mind, I keep playing in my mind, like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to like? Because in certain situations, I feel like I'm not as good as talking as in other situations. I'm doing a very good job now.
You're awesome. Dude, you're a pro, man. You're making us look bad. You're so good.
I mean, I would say the best way if I was going to do it, the best way for me to do it would just be my regular old silly self.
Yes. So, yeah. Well, yeah. And I think authenticity is important. I think you need to be who you are. If you went, the cool thing is you're an artist and you're drawing and it's fun to watch things being created. Mm-hmm. You get to see things that you wouldn't normally see if you were just looking at a finished picture. You see things within the picture that you would not see or notice just looking at the picture if you watch it being created. Yeah. And because you have that facet within that ability to stream out and create that audience through that communication form, you don't have to be talking 24/7 because they're looking at what you're creating and they get to join you in that experience as well. Now, it is good to talk, because there are people who have really educated us, like Rose from the UK. She's really educated us on some people have a hard time seeing, and I often forget that, because I don't, I have a hard time seeing, but not that bad. You know what I mean? So, but still, so it is good to add that conversation or just talk or chatter or goof off or something so that you're adding that extra element. But where you are you're like drawing and creating scenes, you can be just talking about your thought process. What I was really thinking here is blah, blah. And that to me is something really, really neat that I've been seeing, that is something that creators are really starting to take hold of, and it's really helping them build their communities and their fans around their creations. It's fantastic, and I really do think, Cardell, that you have the skill and talent. You could totally pull it off. I'm in your corner, totally.
Nice.
I'm not in the corner. I'm going to be standing in front of a booth.
What I was saying about
Trust me, he will be. He will be. He'll be like, dude. I know it doesn't open for another 30 minutes, but I've been here for an hour. Could you just
That don't matter. Cardell, expect it. You're going to show up to your booth, and I'm already going to be there. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, we're going to arrive together from the same party.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Jared didn't go to the last one.
I'm not going to this one either. I'm scared.
Jeez. All right. With that, I have one final question for you, Cardell. Where can everyone support you?
Boy, the best way would be to go to the Top 2 website. The Top 2 website has everything. It lets you explore the story. It lets you explore. I introduce myself. The first 5 issues and the intro bundle are free to read on there. It directs you to. It will direct you to where you can purchase new release prints. You can read a little bit up on characters. You can read a little bit about the world, and then from there you can just go to different social media. I got Twitter, Facebook. The one that I'm most active on is Instagram. I share a lot of my work on Instagram, and Patreon. There's also a square symbol on there that will take you to my store once it becomes open. It's not open yet because I don't have any new release prints yet. Waiting for them to get printed. And as soon as I get those, it will be announced and that square button will be activated.
Nice.
Right on. So, hey, dude, would you mind? I mean, you would honor us if you would like to come and join us on your show when that goes live, so that we could actually give everybody the word.
Oh, yeah,
you know, this would be a time when somebody can actually purchase Top 2 and support Cardell Cole, which is just awesome. Here's a guy who does it all, ladies and gentlemen. Does it all, ladies and gentlemen. Let me repeat that one more time. Does it all, ladies and gentlemen. And he brings it to you in ways that you can actually see it and taste it for free. And now he's just asking for our support. Let's do it, guys.
There's one thing I forgot to mention, because we're talking about pricing, the difference between digital and print.
Mm-hmm.
I've already explained my algorithm for the price for digital. Now, how I determine the price for print is I take my labor costs plus the cost of materials.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I determine the final price of my comic book, of a printed copy. So what that means is my labor cost plus the cost of comic book boards, the cost of comic book bags, the cost of the envelopes to mail the comic book out, the cost of prints, price per print, and that's how I determine the final price for printed copies.
That was cool. Let me jump back in chat real quick here, guys. Nobody's listening. Says yes, please drop your plugs. I'll happily bookmark them. They are in chat right now.
Excellent.
Jason asks, can y'all hook me up with a Crypto Comics CSC2 shirt? Not tonight, but
guess what?
I'm thinking
I don't think there's one in existence.
Yeah, there is.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, there is.
You had to actually be at FanX in 2019, I believe, to get that one.
That's right, and it was gone. I never even got one.
I also sent Frey something.
What?
You sent Fred what? What'd you send Fred?
When? Way back then or now? Then or now?
We got something we're working on. All right. We got a little something we're working on.
What is going on around here, gentlemen?
Some people work. Some people get things ready.
Wait,
but tonight what we're actually doing is we are going to do a badge code giveaway. You're going to see that badge code inside of chat already. It is
just
right
1
here
second,
on your
because
screen.
I
Jared's
get
gonna
to
claim it.
share. I'm going to share my screen and show you what it's all up.
Cardell, make it stop.
What?
Oh
Come
yeah,
on, y'all.
on my page on Crypto Comics, I got 23 invitations available for anybody who wants to get in there on closed beta.
Yeah, that's what we're
Thank
talking
you.
about.
Yes, that is right. And just so you all
I'm
know,
gonna announce it
that
again
sign
when I
up
release
URL.
on there. When I release issue number 6, when I publish issue number 6, I'm going to announce it again. So
Awesome.
Nice.
That's right. And then we can do a nice little preview and we can run them right over to your square. Boom, right from the preview with a link where the purchase can be made. And for those that would like to join the marketplace during beta through Cardell Cole's invites that he was talking about, the URL is streaming right underneath right now, cryptocomics.com/u/CSC2_comics. And join us. And that's a great way to actually come in and actually sample top 2. Again, Cardell Cole used the first 5 issues to really hook you, and it does. It does. I am so excited to see issue 6. He's done a great job of really, really developing characters and clans and stories and interactions and intertwiningness that you're going, oh my gosh, whoa. I mean, it's a novel.
I read a lot of damn comics, y'all, and this is one of the very best comics that I've read that's just singularly produced, i.e. everything is done by one person. This is one of the best.
It's incredible.
This is definitely something that you guys will want to read while it's still indie, because I have a feeling that it's probably not going to be indie for that much longer. I feel like this is one of those books that's definitely going to get picked up by something here.
Cardell by Disney? Is it going to get picked up by Disney?
I don't know. Whatever Cardell lets it get picked up by, but I think it's got a damn good future. It is an awesome storyline. Cardell's ability to build out a world is, it's fantastic. Do yourself a favor. Check out the books. You can read them for free. Please leave a review. That way, once we hit live transactions, it lets other people know how you felt about the books. Helps Cardell know how much you love him.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. You want to claim that badge, Jared, on screen?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I just can't spell very well. Guardian Branch. Ooh, nice. Oh, and I spelled it wrong. I knew that was going to happen. Guardian. There we go.
Sound it out, buddy.
Wow, you guys did that live. Thanks a lot. Oh, dude, nice. I love it. That's excellent. Nice.
Yeah, shout out to Matt for making that badge for us. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
That being said, we've got a couple more things in chat here, guys. We want to hit those before we round everything out. So,
hey, thank you everybody who's been chatting with us and asking questions and just making it a great environment to really have this fun conversation with Cardell Cole. This has been. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being a part of this. We appreciate it a lot.
Yes, thank you.
So Nobody's Illusion on Twitch says, I think once Marketplace goes live, there should be a t-shirt merch section so others can show you all off. Different patterns from the betas so we feel special. Actually, let me explain to this really quick so that everybody that's not familiar with our merch and what that means. Every shirt design that we do with a creator is individual. Every single one of them is limited. We never repeat use any of them at all, ever. Mainly because it's already gotten to a point to where if we're at a convention and we see you inside of a crypto comic shirt, we will be able to tell exactly how you got that, what stream you watched, what convention you were at. Makes it very limited, and we do that just as our way of thanking the community that we've currently got, that we're currently building. Mainly because you guys deserve a little bit of credit for helping us out as much as you guys.
A little bit? Shut the flunk. A little bit. Here's what I think of your little bit statement. You deserve all the credit, everybody. You deserve all the credit. Thank you so much. Now Fry can come back.
Y'all deserve a hell of a lot more than Jared does. I can tell you that right now.
With that being said, I'll just keep on making t-shirt designs.
Dude, seriously, I can't wait. I still
Dude, the
think
new
that
ones.
I just
The new ones.
really, I haven't
It's
even
gonna be
seen them.
sick.
Fry has
It's
been
gonna be
keeping
sick.
them from me.
Yep. Yep.
I was like, hey, can I quality check the stuff for Cardell Cole? He's like,
Quality check the merchandise.
right, yeah, isn't that a great one? I came up with that myself. I was like,
Well, I'm gonna say
I need a
this,
quality check.
but nobody hold me to this because we're not positive on this yet.
okay, what's up?
But Cardell's design that he sent over to me, it'd be pretty rad on a mask.
I'll
be honest with you.
Oh,
Yeah. Like
dude.
it'd be real cool on a mask. But we've got to do some research and find out if that's something that we can do. Nobody get too excited. Don't start asking where the masks are every stream because we're ways out on this. But
is it that face on the?
It's something cool, Jared. Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it when Cardell and Fry get together. I feel like I'm going to get Christmas early.
The one thing I can guarantee is that the story is going to get insane. It's going to get a lot better. So
that's fantastic.
It
I think your story is great. Great, Cardell. Again, my hat's off to you. The fact that you do everything yourself, first of all, is insane. When you think about it, it's insane that you go through all those facets. But really, everyone, please like and share this and get the word out there so people can actually sample Top 2. It is a very, very well orchestrated story that it encompasses a lot. Like the first issue, you're going to be like, whoa. By the second issue, you're going, okay, wait a minute, how that just grew.
The world is
and then
huge.
by the third issue, it just gets going, and you're like, oh my gosh, I love where this is going. Like that's the momentum I was building as I was working through the first 5 issues, and it was fantastic. And Cardell, thank you for putting so much into the first 5 issues and allowing so many people to enjoy it at your cost. That was charitable. That was fantastic. Really, 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 really puts you in a league of your own. You know what I'm saying? And thank you.
Weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait. A league of extraordinary gentlemen was what I was thinking.
You weren't looking at.
Oh, what was I looking like?
Homie, you might be taking Fangirl a little too far. With that, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when we're going live again. And we are.
Oh, it's something else I just thought of.
Thank you.
Way to catch me, Cardell.
I was just going to end right there. Yes.
On Patreon, I just came up with a new tier.
And
this new tier, you get every time I release a new issue, you get the digital copy of that issue from Crypto Comics.
What?
So basically,
now you can do that face you just did, Jared. Now you can do
what it works is when you become a patron of this particular tier or higher, every time I release a new issue, I will gift you a digital copy of that issue.
Dude, so you're doing like the Kickstarter backer thing I was talking.
That's one of the tiers that I have on my Patreon page.
I love that, dude. So now, oh man, dude,
that tier will become active as soon as Crypto Comics comes out of closed beta. Like as soon as it becomes
dude.
Our fangirl is showing.
Actually, dude, we got it. There's a lot to talk about. I mean, we're talking about.
That's another way to get more people to go to Crypto Comics because now they can.
Well, and not only that, there's an action. I mean, you've tapped into something here that's pretty insane when you think about the exclusivity that you can drive with those particular issues in relation to if only the backers are the ones with those issues, then they have to be purchased from those people within the marketplace. And then that means that they have to make an offer to those people, which means the price is going to drive up. I mean, think about it. So Fry, let me just talk this through with you real quick, and you just tell me if I'm on the right,
real quick.
track
Hi,
here.
Sean Keenan. I see you.
Oh, dude, what's up, Sean? He's such a stud. The Ozyman. But oh, that one sucked. That one was terrible. Don't listen to me, Sean. I was just joking. You sound way much more macho than that. But so okay, so if the Patreon backer is given the copy by Cardell, then it's the number of backers that actually will create the number of copies, right?
Well, that would be up to Cardell.
No, they won't, like, the number of backers won't determine the number of copies.
Okay.
To a certain amount, but it's like as soon as I release the issue and as soon as the issue becomes published, I'll take what goes to them and gift them with their.
Oh, dude, that's freaking awesome!
Yeah.
Wow.
So they automatically get the digital copy.
Well, they're given a digital issue.
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea. I like the way this is going. We're gonna have to.
Yes. Well, and I know it's in our roadmap. I know that it's in. We've talked about it. I know, but I don't know that it's an actual like potential possibility.
In
phase one.
The other plus side of that is that they don't have to. One of the pluses is that they don't have to buy a digital issue because they automatically get it. But then they get all the other rewards that come with being a patron. Like any other tiers that fall under that particular tier, they get all of those rewards as well. So,
that is a great idea. I love how ingenuitive you are being. You know what I like? You're really thinking outside the box in relation to how to build that market share, how to establish that value. I mean, it really comes full circle.
And how to give your community something of actual value in return. Yeah. I'm saying that from a collector's point of view. I think that's fantastic, dude. I think it's a cool idea. I dig it. I love it.
Matt has a great question.
No, you're good. You're good. You pretty much got the highest tier below. You're one below the highest tier. And the tier that I'm talking about is under the tier that you already are at.
Hey, I just want to give you props, Cardell. Sean Keenan, probably the #1 comic book creator in all of Australia.
Well, he was awarded that, so I would say yes.
Nice.
Yeah. He's awesome. He's awesome.
He's cool.
He loves that idea, and he's totally stealing it. That's how good your idea is. That's an incredible idea, dude. Yeah. That is a fantastic.
Yep.
You're such a stud. I love. See, we have the greatest people in our community, Fry.
Yes, we do. Look at this comment. JD Smith, the artist, says Matt better have the highest tier, wearing that suit and shades in that profile pic. And with that last minute slam,
I think he does.
Let's wrap up this stream, guys. Thank you again, Cardell, for coming on with us, dude. It is always so much fun to have you on streams.
I know. I want to keep going, dude. It's been such a blast. It's been such a blast, but I know we all got work in the morning.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing your information. You know what I mean? Sharing your experience with everything, how you do things. It's so valuable, especially to people coming into this industry. I think it's it's really cool, man. Thank you.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, this is. I think this has been just such a great thing for people, and it really has got gears turning. Like the people in chat, thank you again, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. But most of all, please share this out. Like it and share it and help us get this message out for Cardell Cole, an independent creator who does it all himself, ladies and gentlemen. He is the man with all the skills and talents. And you can get out there and you can help him progress. Top 2, which is a fantastic comic. It has 4 or 5 issues already. He's just coming out with #6, so he's productive. He keeps it going. He leaves it just in a perfect place. His art is fantastic. His storytelling is fantastic. He's evolved. You can see the evolution from 1st issue to 5th issue. So please, 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 thank you. Like, share. Let's get this out. Let's beat the algorithm. Boom. Let's help the creators. That's what it's all about.
Jared forgets that I know how to turn his off too. Good night, everybody.